You guys had a lot of chances a couple times in the game, especially the last couple innings. How hard was it not to be able to push the runs across that you needed so badly?
Yeah, I mean, we kept thinking we're going to tie this or keep it going, and we just couldn't get a big hit. We definitely had opportunities.
We'll go to Gordon right here.
We talked a little bit about it before the game started, just all the unfortunate circumstances that surrounded this. How much tougher, or is it any tougher to take as you get out of here with a little longer day and a lost day off?
No. I mean, you deal with what gets thrown at you, and hopefully when something does get thrown at you, you deal with it to a point where you can win a game, and we didn't. We were unfortunate, I admit that, but that doesn't mean we can't win the game.
We'll go to the second row on the left here.
What were you telling the team before they even stepped on field today?
Nothing. Probably scare them. We play 162 games. We don't meet. I don't give them the Newt Rockney every day. That would probably scare them.
What do you plan on telling them when you see them afterwards today?
We got 52 minutes to get on the bus and get the hell out of here because we're playing Chicago tomorrow.
Go to the first row on your left, Tito.
The Wardrop guy for them, what did you see from him? What impressed you about him? How was he able to? There's a pitcher for them, the guy that started, Wardrop, I think is his last name.
Okay. You know what? He good arm with spin. We were hoping maybe he wouldn't throw enough strikes, but he did. And he got them to a point where they felt comfortable they go their bullpen.
One last one for Tito. All right, Tito, thank you so much. Great seeing you. Appreciate everything. We'll have Brian Snitker come up next.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, we'll get underway with Snit, and we'll start with Mark up front here.
Snit, how good do you feel for Eli White to have a game like that today?
It's anytime Eli does good, I feel good. It's just like when Luke made that great play in the 8th inning. I was like, you know what? You root for the good guys, and they're both two of the best. But that was awesome what Eli did.
Talk about the pitching performance you got from Hudson there, obviously Wardrop there.
No, it was great. I told him after I took him out, I was like, everything we put you through today, you've done your job. And it was really, really good. Very impressive. He's made a lot of strides. I think his time in AAA this year has been really, really good for him. And because I just see he's kind of, the pitch mix I think is better. Delivery's a lot more in control. He repeats it better. It's really, really nice outing.
Second one on your left.
Your thoughts on Iglesias' performance, being able to close out this game, being so close down to the wire?
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
Just his ability to close out this game.
Oh, no. Yeah, Iggy's been, that's not a tough draw when, you got the top of that lineup because that's those guys are dangerous. And Iggy's been throwing, Iggy's had ups and downs this year, and he's been throwing the ball extremely well lately because he's just one of those guys that he never gives in to adversity. He just keeps fighting it, and he's been really good lately.
First row on your right.
Just a crazy, obviously 24 hours. Can you take us through, after the game was kind of postponed last night, you knew that was the decision. What was the thought process of all right, we got to get Waldrop up here? Take us through.
Yeah, well, it was all that, we made that decision after the game. We knew, it's kind of when, after they did it, it even talked about before looking that knew he was due. This was his pitch day in AAA, so he went, he's probably up at 4 o'clock this morning. We put him in a car, drove him up here, and what a great performance. Just that in itself it is. But, he's obviously a tough kid. And so, yeah, I'm glad two things. I'm glad we started Cox instead of trying to push Spencer. And I'm glad we had him ready. That was huge that he was ready and on regular rest and did a great job for us.
And then to see the crowd still, there's still a good amount of people out there today coming back for this game today. What was it like out there?
It was great. It was a great atmosphere. I think it's just a shame last night. It was, if we'd had a beautiful evening last night, I think, it would have been even more exciting. But you know what? Credit to both teams' players, how they came out, and it was a tough-fought game. And them guys laid it out there. Nobody was bitching about, we got to stay here another night. And they went out. I think you saw two really good ball clubs going at it, and them guys on both teams, they got a lot of respect for both clubs of how they went about that game today.
Go to Mark, and then we'll go in the third row. Mark first.
How is Austin, and what do you think he could go back on the
Yeah,
IL?
you know what? I haven't been inside yet. But he aggravated the side that on that play. So, it was just one of those things where he wasn't sure about batting, and I was like, I told him if this goes, now you're looking at maybe ending the year on the IL. So, hopefully it's not bad and we can treat him up. As far as IL, I don't know until we get in there and evaluate him more. And but hopefully we erred on the side of caution in just taking him out, and maybe it'll recoup in a day or so. I don't know.
The third row on your right in the corner.
Hey, Snit, you mentioned that play Luke made in the eighth inning there. Just how big is it to have a guy like that? You can kind of plug in multiple spots like that.
No, he doesn't get enough credit, because as soon as Austin kind of was ginger on the ground, he had his bat and he was going to the batting cage because he knew his number. He's always ready. He's always ready. It's like the roles we have him in. When we hit for Nicky, I look up and he'll be standing there with his batting helmet on. He gets it. He understands his role, and he's really, really good at it.
A couple more. Gabe, third row on your left.
Snit, you know how Eli has grinded through the years to, stay here, and he's not a guy that casual fans would know. But how nice is this for him to have this moment today and for people to acknowledge it?
It's really awesome to, kind of be on a big stage here and to shine like that. And, it's like I say, he's just one of those guys that's really easy to root for. He's a great kid, a great family man, father, the whole thing. And he's another one that just stays ready. He knows his role. He keeps himself ready. Whenever you call on him, he's ready to go.
Second row on the left.
Will Law, Sports Illustrated. Given all the complications last night with the rain, were you satisfied with how all those decisions came to at the time they were?
No, I think it was tough. It's a tough situation. We live in this part of the country where those pop-ups and the rain is unpredictable, and you can see a window and then it shuts right there in front of you. I thought Major League Baseball did a great job. They tried to get it through. Terry and I were both. We both wanted to put it to bed last night. It didn't happen. And I thought the umpiring crew did a really good job as it started puddling of covering the thing up. And they took it as far as they could. And I think everybody, that was making decisions and all, they're not easy when you're in those rooms and, it's a game of this magnitude and all that. Those aren't easy decisions. And I thought everybody did great.
Do one or two last ones?
I know you talked about it a little bit, but what does it say about Hurston to be able to come up on such short notice and provide those innings for you guys?
He's a pro. There's a lot of room for it didn't go right, or wasn't quite the way my routine is, and I'm sure he got a nap in the car on the way here, but it's still. He like I say, he woke up at 4 o'clock or after, and a lot of credit to him, and it was really impressive outing.
On the right.
Just wanted to ask too about the whole environment of playing in this. I know yesterday the pregame stuff, that was all fun, but kind of getting more of a chance to appreciate it today with the weather being better.
I'm surprised, kudos to all the fans that came back. After weather and getting soaked and everything yesterday, and it was great. I thought it was a great production, and it was, you look back and it's kind of cool to be a part of this, and the first inaugural whatever. But no, it was good. I was very well put on the field. Last night was tough because it was right, but today I thought the infield played great. I think Murray does a great job building these fields.
One last one for Snit. All right. Well, enjoy bringing that big heavy trophy back to Atlanta.
Yeah, thank you.
Good seeing you.
Okay, thank you.
From the Braves, we're expecting Eli White and Hurston Waldrop, and then we'll probably have the two umpires from Tennessee, Will Little and Junior Ballantyne, come in last.
pounder or?
All right, we'll get started with the king of baseball in Bristol, Eli White. We'll start with Mark up front, Eli.
Eli, what does a day like this mean to you, and had you ever been to a NASCAR track, or or even this one?
No, I haven't been to a NASCAR track before. We have in Greenville, we have a local speedway, Greenville Motor Speedway, and I've been there
but not an official NASCAR event. And yeah, something that I've been super excited for all year long, just being here and experiencing it, and being able to have a big day and help the team and come through is just something super special, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of.
Gabe, the third row on your left, Eli.
Eli, how does it feel to be the answer to the trivia question forever, who hit the first major league home run in Tennessee? And on top of that, I know you played in Nashville for a little bit. Do you have any memories in this state?
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool to be the first person to hit that homer here. So yeah, something that's, good trivia is always cool to be a part of. So that's something super special. And yeah, Tennessee's been an awesome place throughout my baseball career, getting to play in Nashville that year. And it's not too far from home, so it feels like home here. And so it was just a super special experience all around.
They announced attendance was 91,000. What was it like playing in this atmosphere? And I know you're locked in, but did you take a moment to kind of soak it in?
Yeah, I did. I tried to look around and soak it all in. And, I was talking to Michael about it. It actually didn't – I thought it would feel weird being out there, but it felt like a, normal game environment. But, yeah, just a special crowd, and tried to soak it in while I was out there as best I could.
And we'll go second – oh, sorry. First row on your right, Eli.
Did I hear you right? You're a little bit of a racing fan?
So, I mean, I grew up around it just being in the South, but I wasn't really a big fan growing up. So I didn't really go to many races or anything.
Just in general, though, I mean, the environment here, playing in a racetrack, your thoughts on how that kind of played out? I know, obviously, the rain yesterday was not in anyone's plan, but just today, how it kind of, the sun came out and it maybe was a nice experience.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience. And even yesterday, disappointed with the rain, but all the pregame stuff, getting to ride around the track in front of all the fans was super cool and something that I'll always remember, and just, overall great experience for the players for sure.
Up front, your left.
Hi, Eli. What did you think about Hurston's performance, and do you see him as someone that could help the starting rotation a bit moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. He did an amazing job, and, that's not a tough situation to be in, or not an easy situation to be in, getting here this morning and doing what he did. So he's got great stuff, and, great guy, and, yeah, I think he can be a key piece for us moving forward.
Good, Mark, up front.
Did you remember your other two-homer game was the first homer you ever hit that day? How special is it just to think about, for this one to come in front of this many fans and on this stage? I mean, they're rare.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is it to have one of them here?
Yeah, it's super special. Yeah, I mean, any time you can, come through for the team in a big moment, it's kind of, growing up playing in the backyard, those are the moments you always picture yourself being in and visualizing. And so just to be in the moment, but then also to come through for the team is huge. And, I was definitely trying to hit one homer today. I didn't really know two was on the bingo card, but yeah, just a really, really cool overall experience.
Do one or two last ones for Eli.
Eli, what were the guys telling you when you made it back in the dugout after that first home run? And then how did that differ from the second time when you made it back in the dugout?
Yeah, guys were super excited. Some of the guys acted more excited than I probably did. So it was cool, guys pulling for me and cheering me on. And, yeah, just a special moment. I mean, they both kind of blurred together, honestly, just kind of blacked out after I hit both of them. So kind of a package deal. But, yeah, I can't really separate the two. But, yeah, cool moment.
One last one for Eli. All right, Eli, congratulations. Amazing game.
Thank
really great memory for you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hurston Waldrop is here. All right, we'll welcome Hurston Waldrop, today's winning pitcher, and we'll start with Mark up front.
Hurston, take us through everything that happened last night. What time did you get the phone call? What time did you get in the car? And what was a 5-hour drive or whatever? Kind of take us through all that.
Where do I start? Got the call. I was asleep last night. It was around 11 o'clock. I don't even remember. Woke up, got a call from the AAA manager, Kaneko Ezekshira, and he said, "Hey, you're going to pitch in Bristol tomorrow. You're going to get some calls with details. Good luck." And I was like, "Okay, all right, here we go. We're going to do this." And then got a call, all the details. First, it was car service at 6. Then it was 5 o'clock. So I was like, all right, wake up 4:45, got in the car a little after 5, drove here with my girlfriend. We got here 9:45 or so, and everything since then just kind of been, it's been nonstop. So you didn't really have time to sit here and think about how it all happened, but nonetheless, grateful for it. Happy to be here. It's just been it's been an unbelievable day.
And right in front, Hurston.
You made 2 starts last year. Just what did you change maybe this time, or just take me through that compared to the previous big league outings?
Yeah, I mean, it's growth in this game. I mean, that's what this game teaches you so well, is it teaches you how to grow. It shows you your weaknesses, and that's what I love about it. It's a challenge. Every pitch is a challenge in itself. So to be able to analyze that and to grow, and you can't see failure as something that knocks you down. Like, you learn from it. It's an opportunity to learn. You either win or you learn. So that's all it was for me. And this year's just been a learning opportunity. So it's been a lot of fun.
You're far right, Hurston.
What was it like for you out there? I know you weren't here yesterday through all the rain delay and all the fanfare that we had pregame, but just for you to walk into this and kind of look around, what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, we drove into the stadium this morning and went down the slope, and I was like, oh, wow, this is a lot. And then got in the locker room, walked out to the field. I was like, man, this is unbelievable. It was really breathtaking to walk out, see how they set everything up, see the field, and just hearing from the players how last night went. They said it was very interesting, and then they got back late and had found out when we were playing today. But it was all around just awesome, and like I said, very grateful to be here.
Did you watch any of it on TV last night? I know you said you went to bed at a certain point, but did you watch any of it?
I wasn't able to. I was going to watch a couple innings, before I went to sleep. We had an early game in Gwinnett today, and, just was going to watch what I could before I went to sleep. And then when I got the call was like when I realized that they had stopped the game. I was like, oh, okay, it's, first inning, 1 out. That's what I'm going to be going into, so.
Second row on your left.
First major league win, correct? I mean, guys growing up, pitchers grow up, dream about that first major league win. I'm sure not many of them dream about getting the first major league win at a NASCAR stadium. I mean, how unique is that for you?
It's definitely not how you draw it up, but, nothing about this game is how you draw it up or perfect, So to have that along with the first career win, I didn't even think about it until after the game. And then it, kind of all sank in. I sat there in the dugout and watched the rest of the game, and I was like, I can wait to work out. I can wait to do all this stuff. This is a first for me and first for everyone here. So to be able to take it all in and just really enjoy it.
Hurston, you were initially scheduled to pitch in AAA tonight. At what point during the travels or walking into the stadium did that moment hit you of where you were?
Well, I slept. I tried to sleep on the car ride here. It rained pretty much all the way here, so that was kind of nerve-wracking to try and sleep on the road in the rain. And then it was probably when we drove down the slope in the bus onto the field. And, it's like, all right, here we are. This is it. And it really doesn't ever sink in until you start warming up and until you get on the mound. And, you see the backdrop and you see all the fans there. So, just to hear the crowd and that's kind of like the surreal moment.
Two more, Mark.
How much do you appreciate having had this time this year to just continue to grow? I know everyone wants to be up here as quickly as possible, but how much do you value, how much you've grown this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm impatient, but I'm also very patient, if that makes any sense. So, understanding that I can only control what I can control. But also wanting to be here in the big leagues, so doing everything that I can to be here and to make sure that I can give myself the best opportunity to be in this situation. So, like the time that I've spent this year, it's like I said earlier, it's all just a chance to grow and to make myself better and to make sure everything is individually fine-tuned, so that when that time comes, that there's not a question about it. We can go out, execute a game plan, stick to it, and it's all fun when it works out like that. So.
We'll finish up in your
You
left.
mentioned taking some time to soak it all in after your start. What was going through your mind in that moment when you received those handshakes and hugs?
Talking to Strider a little bit, Schwelly, really just kind of catching up with everybody. Just kind of good to see all the guys, and I love that clubhouse. Love the group of guys. Everyone just gets along so well. So fun to be around. So that's mostly what it was, and a lot of congratulations, handshakes, but it just just a smile on my face and enjoying watching baseball.
All right, Hurston, that's the day you won't forget. Congratulations. So happy for you.
Thank y'all.
Thanks so much. All right, we'll welcome Will Little and Junior Valentine. They are both Tennessee natives, and they are the umpires who were on the field today. Will had the plate. Good to see you guys. All right, it's Will on my far right. This is Junior. Will had the plate today. We'll start right up front. We'll get you the mic.
When did y'all find out this would be on the schedule for you two guys and y'all would be umpiring here in Bristol?
Yeah, when the selections for our crews come out, shortly thereafter we go through a bidding process on the schedules for the season. So, early March or so, when we got our crew schedule, we knew we were going to be here, and it worked out well, obviously, for me from being here, being from here. So, yeah.
Will, what does this mean to you to have this opportunity, being from Johnson City and all? And I mean, I know when you were selected, but when you were here last night, what were the emotions you were going through, and then today through the game?
Yeah, there's a lot of emotions, for various reasons. It means a lot to me, but means a lot to my family. And in our job, every game, as far as being from here, has always been on the road. It's somewhere. So for family to come travel, that's always a big thing. But to have something right at home, I never saw this ever being a possibility until, whenever everybody found out that MLB had put this great event with Bristol Motor Speedway. And, of course, that's exciting. So I had countless number of people here last night and returned today to finish it up. So.
And then in front of a record crowd, they announced over 91,000 tickets were sold last night. What was that like for you, when you look around and take it all in?
Yeah, in our job, we just try to have everything calm, look at as we just want to do our job, and hopefully everything goes smooth and goes correctly as it should. So it's a little different perspective. But yeah, the idea of having the 90,000 surrounding and having all of my family and close friends right at home, to be a part of that is very special for them, and obviously means a lot to me, and knowing they're right there, and so yeah, that's.
Junior, anything you'd want to add on a crowd of 90,000 plus?
I mean, it was incredible, especially for somebody like me. I'm from Cosby, Tennessee, which is a tiny place back in the sticks. To get the opportunity to come and do something like this in front of my family in my home state was an awesome opportunity. And for Will and I, actually, kind of a full circle moment, because the first game I ever umpired in my life was with Will Little back years ago in Barberville, Kentucky. So it was a cool moment for us to get to do it, and I'm glad I got the opportunity.
Second row on your left, guys.
Obviously, there were complications last night with the rain and the delay in the start. What went into those decisions at the time? Do you think there was kind of a hunger to get in the game last night since it was such a special event?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. And, being this event, there's many things at play. So that's all I'd like to answer about that right now.
We'll go to the second row on the left here.
So both being from Tennessee, what do you hope fans take away is their biggest takeaway about this region and what it means to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I live 15 minutes away from the track basically, so I grew up 12 minutes away, I guess to be exact, to where I grew up in a home, but live 15 minutes away now. So I think the people here, the hospitality, it's just great people, great atmosphere, great sports fans of all sports, certainly NASCAR. But to bring Major League Baseball here, I think it's something special. I think it's great to grow the game in that direction. And we're used to a lot of minor league baseball around here for many years, as everybody knows. But to expand with Major League Baseball, they did a spectacular job. And, the weather may have gotten in the way, but that's okay. That's the way this game goes sometimes, right?
Junior, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, I'm a little biased, but at the same time, I do get to travel the entire country, and there's not anywhere more beautiful than this place. So for a spotlight to be shown in this area, some of the best people in the country, the nicest people, give their shirt off your back, any chance they could, for them to get to experience a Major League Baseball game in their backyard, and for me to get to be a part of it is a big deal. And I'm glad that there's a light shown in this area.
Other questions for the guys? All right, congratulations, guys. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good seeing you, Junior. Hey, great seeing you. You won't forget that one.
Yeah, that's right.